I had a great time up at Foxwoods Resort Casinos, by the way. I want to thank them for having me. It was their 24th anniversary, right? So they say to me, before I get there, they said, is there any way before your first show, if you could come down, there's a big dinner or something. We'd love if you could meet the tribal council and just stop by and say hello, right? These are my employers for the weekend. What am I going to say no? So I'm like, absolutely. I want to meet these Native Americans that fucking beat the white man, you know, and got their own fucking casino. Right? So I go down there, and I just thought I was going to swing by a table and say hello to somebody, thank them for the gig, and next thing you know, they got this like fucking eyes wide shut fucking dinner going on, you know, the Shining kind of shit in the bowels of the casino. There's some band, there's a stage, and there's like this guy, smiley looking fucking political guy on stage, and next thing you know, he's giving me an intro. I had no fucking idea what was going on. I have no idea who these people are. And furthermore, these people had no idea who I was. And I just walk out and they go, we got a local funny man here this weekend. Please welcome comedian Bill Burr. And I was standing there going, is he bringing me up? Is he bringing me up? And I just fucking walk on stage and I take the mic and I was like, I'm looking out at all these old people and shit. And they're just staring at me. I was like, I kind of had no idea I was going to be brought up here, but, you know, congratulations on 24 years. I'm sure most of you people here know who the next 4 presidents are going to be. On behalf of regular people, if you could do something about the population problem, I'd really appreciate it. And all of this shit is getting nothing, right? I just started talking to them like they were running the world, and they're just looking at me like I got fucking 10 heads. And I just sort of petered out, and I went, and onward and upward. I just handed it back to Guy Smiley, and there was just like a little smattering of applause. And I just walked back into the hall with the promoter. And as we're walking away, I was like, what the fuck was that? And he's like, I don't know. That's how he talks. I didn't know what it was. I mean, I thought I was under the impression that you were going to just say hello at the table. You know, nobody knows anything, right? They just fucking wheel you around. Yeah, and then we just I think we got on a golf cart at that point. We walked through the halls, and then they walked me by the crowd that was going into my show, so I looked like a complete jerk off. I love seeing people after the show. I fucking hate seeing people before the show. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a superstition. It's just weird to me for me to just be walking by. Like the first time you see me, I'm just walking down the fucking hall. Oh, there's that jerk off. And then you just start looking at him. Why did I pay to see that? Look at him. But anyways, we had a great fucking time. I had a bunch of family and friends coming out, people I hadn't seen in years. Do you know my first best friend that I ever had in life actually came up to the gig, and I hadn't seen him in 36 years. And I was actually thinking the last time I saw him, you know, the reason why my family, we moved away from the town that we had lived in. And I just remember we were both, how fucking old was I? I think we were like 7 or 8. And you don't know how to say goodbye. You know, I'd probably been friends with the kid since I was like 4. So basically half my life I was friends with this kid. So we had loaded up the moving van the last time, like we were doing the U-Haul thing. You know, we'll do it ourselves. And we just made like 900 fucking trips in this thing. And we were loading it up for the last time. And he lived across the street from me. So I walked down my driveway and he was out there. And he knew it was it. I knew it was it. And we were just too young, didn't know. Yeah, you know what to say at 7. So some kid rode by and had just ridden by on a bike. And I remember he just said something to me like, oh, yeah, that kid was trying to say that blah, 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 blah. I couldn't remember anything. I was like, oh, yeah, okay. I was like, all right. And he just started to walk away, and I walked away in the other direction. And then we both looked over our shoulder at the same time, and then that was it. I got in the fucking U-Haul. And that was it. I think I came back to the neighborhood like 4 years later. I saw him one other time. So, yeah, 1980, because I left in 76, saw him in 80, and then I hadn't seen him since then. So we got caught up talking about the old fucking times, man. We didn't even get into it either, man. Jesus Christ, some of the shit we used to do. You know, we used to play with fucking matches. That's what you used to do back then when there was like playing with matches was like, I don't know, like having a Game Boy or whatever these fucking kids do nowadays. And his dad had these things, we used to call them monkey matches. It was just a book of matches, and for some reason, it just had a picture of a monkey, like wearing like a hat, like that was like highbrow humor back then, like dressing monkeys up like human beings, you know, and also having pictures of dogs playing poker and shit, passing cards underneath the table with their paws and shit, you know. So his dad, for whatever reason, always had these matchbooks that had pictures of monkeys that would, like, you know, dress like dentists, you know, like lab coats on and shit, or just some stupid fucking hat, you know. And so we would, this is what we would do. We would go over and we would, like, basically underneath the tree, we would bunch up a bunch of pine needles, and you would just light it on fire and just look at the fire and then try and put it out. And, you know, sometimes you put it out, sometimes you didn't. Sometimes a neighbor would come running over. Christ, what the fuck are you kids doing? You know, what the hell are you doing? I did that one time. I lit it, and all of a sudden it just got completely out of control. And this guy came running over with a giant trash can that he had filled up with water. Thank fucking Christ. And then somebody else in the neighborhood, I remember, fucking lit it on fire. Lit the whole fucking woods on fire. And I know who it was, too, because he rode down to the fire station and said that he didn't do it, but he knew that my friend did it, and he fucking ratted out my friend. And I'm sure the fire department was looking at the kid, looking at him like, listen, you little rat, we know you fucking did it, right? So whatever, it was cool to see him, and I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I hate doing this thing after I've been on a fucking plane.